Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Minutes of Audio. Today we're going to be going over this week's news and music. If you like what we have to say, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So today the first story we're going to be going over is going to be the new Kendrick Lamar project. But it is not your traditional Kendrick Lamar project. It's him collaborating with the creators of South Park. So Carl, I'll let Carl tell us more about it.
It's at this point, I feel like everyone just kind of wants him to drop the album, and no matter what he says he's gonna do, no one's really, we're just kind of waiting for the record. So this seems kind of out of left field. But it's gonna be a comedy movie, like Josh said, it's with the creators of South.
Racially charged comedy.
Yeah, racially charged. Apparently, it's about an African American person who is, I think, working as what is it? So he's working in some sort of is it museum?
He's like a reenactment.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he's like reenacting the role of a slave. And then he finds out that his parents were slaves who were owned by his girlfriend. His girlfriend's ancestors. So I mean, it's interesting. No, there's some people who are mad about it. One because the topic just kind of seems, I guess they think it's kind of weird to make a comedy about, and two, because he's not dropping the goddamn album, he's dropping this. So, there's that, but
Yeah, but I feel, okay, so the people who are getting mad about this, in my opinion, just aren't not educated, because from what it seems like, he's just the producer on it.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's in it.
Well, I don't think he's in it, but
But if he's just producing it, then he's just giving the money for it to be made and saying if something's okay.
yeah, but
So
still,
it's not
like that.
it's going to be taking a large amount of his time.
Oh, that's what you get.
It's like
Okay, that's what you
what?
mean. I thought you were talking about the people who are mad at the concept of it.
Oh no, I'm talking about the people who are mad because he's not spending his time on the album.
Yeah.
Because this isn't going to be a big chunk of his time.
Well, hopefully. So the next story that we have is something I was actually really shocked by. Apparently, Gunna's album tops The Weeknd's on the Billboard album charts. This one, I mean, I don't know about you, Josh. I didn't expect it at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it even a little. I've listened to both albums. The Weeknd's album is obviously significantly better.
Mm-hmm.
The Gunna album was a flaming piece of shit. I don't know why anyone listens to that. None of the songs were good on it. He had some terrible lines. Production was mid as fuck. Instrumentals were bland and boring, generic trap instrumentals. Compared to the Weeknd's concept album, which wasn't the greatest concept album, but it still was a pretty fantastic album.
And even I was gonna say, even as like star presences, like I don't know about you, The Weeknd is considered one of the biggest, not just pop stars, but music stars in the entire industry. There was moments when he was the most popular, when he was the most popular singer or just artist out there, and that wasn't that long ago. The fact that now he is getting beaten by people like Gunna, which, I mean, Gunna's popular, but he shouldn't be beating The Weeknd numbers-wise. I'm very shocked by it.
Yeah, and it's, to double down on that, he really is, a few years ago when After Hours came out, he was looked at somebody who was close to being on Drake's level.
Yeah.
In popularity, and especially his follow-up to his most successful album and one of the most successful albums in recent music history, he still lost to Gunna.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I mean, he did the Super Bowl show and everything. Like,
he did do the Super Bowl show. I forgot about that.
I mean, yeah, this is very shocking. And I mean, granted, he didn't lose by a lot. It was only a little over 2,000. Yeah, so it's not like it was a huge difference, but still, damn.
See, the only no, and they even had, like, it's a very fair comparison because both of them only gave a week notice and had no physical copies available.
Yeah.
So it was purely streams. And just to double down on one more thing, even there's 3 songs or 4 songs on Dawn FM that have potential to be like #1 hits on the radio.
Yeah.
So, still confuses me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the next thing we're going to be talking about is how rappers such as Jayz, Meek Mill, and Killer Mike are fighting lawmakers to stop using rap lyrics as evidence.
So basically, right now, from what I understand of it, I don't know all the legal complexities. So there's probably some stuff I'm going to be leaving on the cutting room floor, purely from ignorance. But it seems like right now, prosecutors can use rap lyrics from rappers as either evidence or something of the sort to convict them, right? And as we know, rap as a genre, it sort of touches a lot of topics such as murder, theft, and things similar. So a lot of the times this is sort of used to unjustly attack artists or aspiring artists, and in order to more easily convict them, even if they may be innocent. So, I mean, at least for me, I think this is a pretty, this is almost indefinitely a good thing that they're doing, especially since this is mainly used for rap, and it's not used for a lot of other genres that talk about death and killing and whatnot, like black metal. So doing this, I think, will bring a lot more, eyes to the issue, and hopefully will help ameliorate that problem in the justice system.
See, now, I agree. I think the rap lyrics should not be used as evidence in court cases, except in some cases.
Yeah.
Because there have been some cases in the past where there has been people that just straight up said they killed somebody, described the scene, said their name, and released it. If you do shit like that and it's oddly specific, you should go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just like you're talking about doing a drive-by shooting and getting 6 headshots, then who gives a fuck? It's just a story.
Yeah, exactly. So our next story is Pump has announced a new album, The Unraveling of Pup the Band. And they also released a new single, Robot Writes a Love Song. We both listened to the song. I think it's fair to say we both liked it.
Yeah, it's definitely a advancement of their previous sound, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's especially impressive that how good the song was, considering it was only wrote in 15 minutes. Now, I don't know if it was just the lyrics that were wrote in 15 minutes or the entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, either way, like it was extremely catchy, and I think it keeps a lot of their what was sort of attractive of their old sound, and mixes in, like it says in the article, new material and new sounds. So if this single is anything to say about the new record, I'm sure it's going to be really good. And I'm excited for it. And, hey, maybe we'll review it. So, yeah.
I'm excited for it too. One part I'm especially excited about is how Eric Paulson of Remo Drive is going to be on one of the songs in some way. He's a collaborator on it. It says a remote collaborator.
Is that exciting though? Because man, Remo Drive kind of fell off a little bit. Just a little bit.
I still don't think they're all that bad.
Mm-hmm.
They just changed their sound, and a lot of people liked their original sound.
Well, that's one way to put it. Change their sound. That's one way to put it.
They did.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for the better, but it did change it.
Maybe he'll come out of it and start making better stuff. But,
hopefully.
Maybe, especially with a band as heavy as Pup, I doubt he's going to have the influence to turn it into a softer song.
That's true. That's a good point.
The next story we're going to be talking about is how the 2022 Grammys are now going to be located in Las Vegas instead of Los Angeles, and it is now slotted for some time in April. I'm assuming because of COVID things happening.
Yeah, it's probably mainly because of Omicron. At least I'm pretty sure that's the reason.
Someone get Optimus Prime so we could have the Grammys again.
So our next story, and this one is big news. Brockhampton is apparently going on hiatus indefinitely after their Coachella performance, following the Coachella performance. Did anyone expect this? I feel like this was really out of the blue, right?
Yeah, they seemed a lot closer in the last year than they have in years previous.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Abstract even went as far as saying this was the beginning of the new Brockhampton after they dropped Roadrunner. And they didn't even follow a follow-up album. They just decided to break up instead. And cancel the majority of their tour, which I find to be fucked up, personally. Which I think leads to, or points to signs that there's a beef going on or something. They didn't talk too much about it, so this is all speculation. But Carl, what do you think?
I mean, I was thinking of beef too, but I was also thinking maybe it's something more serious. Because with the beef, I feel like you can kind of just squash that if it's small enough, or if it's between like 2 or 3 different people. You can kind of squash that and say, okay, we'll finish the show, then we'll settle this later. We don't even have to talk before the show, we'll just perform. But this seems like it's a bit bigger than that, especially if you have, that many people unanimously saying, okay, we're canceling this tour and we're going on hiatus. That seems like it's something a bit bigger. And
what the?
That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I know with who was the first member to get kicked out because of the abuse allegations?
Oh, I forget his name.
Is it? I don't know. I forget his. Yeah.
People know who we're talking about.
Yeah, but with that example, like, that was one of those things where it was big enough to really put a dent into what they're doing. Maybe we have something, maybe not similar, but something of similar, like, intensity that's preventing the group from wanting to tour, and they're kind of getting ahead of it. But at this point, it seems like it's all speculation, because at least I haven't been able to find anything concrete about what is going on.
Hopefully it's just something they all think they have to do to further themselves in music.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they're getting a bit stale, being a team member instead of the entire team.
That's true.
So hopefully that's what it is, and they all do go off, have successful solo careers, and then reunite as Brockhampton and drop some of the greatest albums of all time. But,
yeah.
So, the next news story is also big news. It's about Britney Spears. So, recently her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, has wrote a book and has been selling it and going on a book tour to promote it. And during the book tour, she's been talking mad shit about her sister, stating stories that Britney claims to be not true. So yeah, Carl, what do you think?
It's hard to really say, because maybe some of the stories that Jamie Lynn Spears is telling is true, and like some of the things that she was talking about, this does pertain to her life. Like, she grew up with a sister. That sister is a big part of her life. And if she's writing sort of a biography or something like that, which I think she has the right to say it. But, I mean, if they're lies, then yeah, seems like blatant defamation, but...
Yeah, but even... Okay, so,
mm-hmm.
I do understand how, if it's part of her life, she does have the right to say it. But if you have a sibling who has a history of mental illness,
mm-hmm.
and has a history of having the media misperceive them,
mm-hmm.
be extremely harsh on them because she wasn't being misperceived, and then she tells a bunch of stories about how she's erratic and manic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's morally good. If she,
no, I would
has
agree.
a right to it, but she's morally shitty for that, in my opinion.
I can agree with that, especially I could definitely agree with that part. I was just like referring to the legal aspect of it. I'm not sure how credible it is. But I think her calling Britney like psychotic or manic or spiraling out of control or whatever, I think you could have precedence there for something. But like you said, at the very least, she's very morally condemnable. So, our last story now, Kanye West, new album in 2020. Apparently it's going to be Donda 2.
Donda 2, let's go.
First of all, what I want to know, okay, is Donda 2 going to just be another dark album cover, you know? Or is it maybe going to be a white album cover?
No, it's going to be white, yeah.
You know, I mean...
It's going to be white, and Donda 3 is going to be gray.
Oh, shit. That actually, not. Do that, Kanye. Do that. I'd be in support of it. It'd make more sense of why the first one was all black. But, yeah, I mean, I'm shocked at this personally. I don't know why he's making a Donda 2 instead of just making another album and calling it something else. It seems like Donda, like the original one, was pretty final. I don't know. What's your take on it?
On Donda 1 being final or Donda 2?
Well, either or I guess both.
Well, Donda 1 being final, if he's on to his next project and he's already released a new song, I think it's pretty safe to say that Donda 1 is in its complete form.
Mm-hmm.
But with Donda 2, I don't know how to feel. That song Easy that he released, he said would be on the album. It's not my favorite Kanye song, and I hope he doesn't continue in that direction too much. It's a good song and all, but I liked his more, not as trap-focused songs.
Yeah.
But, he has been seen in the studio with a bunch of people recently, including Blueface, The Game, Moneybagg Yo, Chavo, Mike Dean, and Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So it does seem like he's going to be going on a more trap influenced album. So who knows? Maybe it'll turn out good.
Which feels weird though, just because, I mean, it's an album dedicated to your mother, and you make a second one, and now it's just trap influence. I don't know. It seems strange. Like, I feel like Donda should have just been a solo project. That's it. Now we'll get to something else. Feeling like Donda 2, like, how do you thematically continue with that whole theme of, like, praising your dead mother, or, like, wanting to commemorate her? I don't know. I don't know how he's going to pull that off.
Yeah, I think, personally, the album title is going to be changed.
Hopefully.
I feel like there's a 0% chance that he actually releases an album called Donda 2. That just sounds so fucking dumb.
That's true.
It just... I don't know. I don't think he's going to drop Donda 2. I think he's going to have a change in title.
Alright. Well, that's it for today. If you liked what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. We should be releasing an album review on Monday. I think it's probably going to be Corday's new album, since there isn't really much dropping this Friday that is of note. So stay on the lookout for that. That's about it. And, yeah, see ya.
See you later.